Oh, yes.
That looked badass.
Yes, I look in the mirror and be like, yes, tonight I'm getting laid.
I feel like I have an intruder in the house. Ah! Hey, buddy.
Good morning.
What is this?
This is my, I'm too lazy to do my hair and too lazy to put on real clothes vibe.
Oh my god, I love it. I want one so bad now.
Next time in Colombia, I'm definitely getting you one of these.
Oh, I love it.
What are you up to today?
Well, I got fans visiting from Arizona. They won the Record Power app challenge, so taking Scooby Monica to the
Scooby?
Well, her name's Monica, but her Instagram handle is
Scooby? Okay. What's up, Scooby
Yeah,
Monica?
I'm taking her to the training hall today.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I'm getting up a little early because we got a lot of stuff to do.
Is she excited?
Yeah, I think so. She seems excited.
Do people see the training hall like it's a famous thing because the videos?
For the strongman, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What's that feel like?
That's cool. That is cool. Romark and I put it on the map. We really put it on the map, and I love that. And of course, Ode put it on the map too, because Ode is Ode. So.
It is Ode Haugen's training hall. Are you going to have a Moss wrestling thing at your gym?
I don't think so.
No. Do you think you'll ever do Moss again?
I think I will.
Since you ended as a champ?
I think I will. Basically, I'll do Moss wrestling as like a retired, fun hobby.
So you started Moss wrestling, and then what, a year and a half later you were the champ? How long did it take from the moment you started to the moment you were standing there?
Ah! I think that's right, a year and a half later.
So had you tried it at all before? Like, so at the beginning of the year and a half, had you done it? Or is that literally you started, first time you ever try it, a year and a half later you're the champion?
Yeah. Yeah. I think strength plays a huge role. I mean,
you think?
Dog. It's a technical sport, but strength still comes out number one if you're truly much stronger than everybody.
If I remember correctly, there was a Russian dude much smaller than you that beat you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then the next year, you beat him.
Yeah.
I remember getting that video.
Yeah. So he used a little bit of technique with a lot of strength.
So that first year, you're like 6 months in probably, right?
First, yes.
And then the Russian dude beats you.
Yeah, because I had no idea what it was. Like, his pure technique, and I had pure strength and no technique.
Did you feel like he just outsmarted you because he had more knowledge?
Yes, yes.
And so then the following year, had you prepared for him?
Yeah. I what he did to me, I studied and practiced and practiced and practiced, watched the video of how he moved, and basically I did exactly what he did to me.
Okay.
I mean, I did to him what he did to me, yeah.
What's that feel like? Because
that was cool.
I want to ask this for a very specific reason. So most people, myself included, probably anybody who sees this, aren't going to have an experience of, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try this, and a year and a half later, they're the world champion.
Yeah.
What's that like? You got to know that's just so unusually cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, huh? It's a very affirming thing. Like, okay, because I've always, my whole life I've struggled with stories of thinking I'm not smart enough. And that's one of those where I'm like, I didn't just get stronger. I learned the technique just by watching videos of Russian guys and like really picking apart how their feet move, the slight angles of their bodies. Like, okay, and that worked. That got me to world champion status. Like, other people could have done this, but they didn't. They failed. Only I did. And that was cool. That was cool. Like putting that together, I'm like, okay, holy shit. I have something here.
The guy you beat had been unbeaten for a decade?
Yeah. Well, 6 years undefeated.
6 years, okay. And then you came along and pulled him over the bar.
Yeah. No one's ever pulled him over before. And I think still to this day, no one's ever pulled him over.
So you're the only one.
Yeah. Other people have beat him since I beat him. Others have beaten him through technique, through endurance, like just outlasting him. I'm the only one that's pulled him over.
Can Martinez pull off the impossible? Will Victor remain undefeated in international competition? This is Columbus, Ohio, is what it's all about right now. I gotta hear you. If you want to see Martinez pull this out,
strongman. Same thing, analyzing movements and mastering them. Oh yeah.
That's intelligence.
Yeah, I loved it. Looking back, I'm like really happy and proud of myself for those things. So thank you.
Nicely done, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So then the real question, why do you think you have that story?
From childhood. I really hated school, and I started my life very introverted and afraid of people, and hated going to school, and I got diagnosed A.D.D. when I was really young.
Oh.
Apparently my mom didn't tell me.
What?
My mom didn't tell me, and I'm glad she didn't. I'm actually really glad
She was
didn't.
protecting you?
Yeah, she's like, there's no point to this shit. Like, you're gonna figure it out. Like, she really believed you're gonna figure it out. There were times when she got scared, nervous, like, okay, did I make the wrong choice? Because I wasn't doing great in school.
What kind of student were you, like, grades-wise?
A C,
So average.
but mostly, I never did homework, never studied, skipped class a lot. Yeah, I wanted nothing to do with that place. What was my saving grace? Tests.
You would do well on tests?
I would do well on tests.
Without studying?
Without studying, yeah.
Were you cheating?
Sometimes I would cheat, but I would say I would cheat like 1 out of 10 times. It was a very minor.
1 out of 10, huh?
Yeah. What I would do though is
Where are you coming up with that number?
because it was just rare.
Okay.
It was rare that I would cheat like when I really had to.
Okay. I love that. Okay.
To say I didn't study at all would be a lie, because it would be usually like the morning of. I go to the keynotes of whatever textbook I have.
Yeah.
Just kind of glance over the keynotes and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like, I hope I do well, and usually I'm like, I get by.
Would you score well on the test? Be average on the test?
Oftentimes, I would do well enough that it would outweigh me not doing homework.
Okay.
Like, because
So you got away with it?
Yeah, I got away with it.
Do you think that's kind of what it came down to for you? Was you just always got away with it?
I got away with it.
So it allowed you to keep doing it and push?
Yeah. I hate homework. I fucking hate it. I'm not going to use this shit.
So you were an average student, which I was, but there was always at least one class that I cared about.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Chemistry. I did the work. I did all the homework. Studied a student chemistry.
Interesting how that happens, huh?
Yeah. Like wondering how much more I could have done that, but that was a lot of effort. I got to say that was.
But you enjoyed it, probably.
I did enjoy it. I hated all the other classes, but that one, I'm like, this is fascinating.
So with getting an A in chemistry, did it ever counteract the I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm not smart enough? Or were the other classes what you used as your example?
I would use the other classes because there were so many more classes where I wasn't putting. It was almost more like I knew I was capable, but I'm like, I'm an idiot for choosing this. I'm an idiot for choosing not to do it.
Who was telling you that?
Somebody was. I was getting a lot of voices like that.
People were saying that?
Yeah, like.
Do you feel like that was the inner dialogue, that you were hearing their voices?
That was their, that was the inner dialogue.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
What exactly were you hearing? Like, was it, I'm not smart?
It's more so like I know I'm capable, but why am I so stupid not to choose the things that I need to do for success?
I think everybody goes through that in some way.
Yeah.
I know I have. I think everybody goes through that in some way on why am I not doing the thing I need to do?
Yeah, that's what I struggled with, yeah. Hugely. But
Has that been your whole life?
Yeah, but especially back then.
Especially
through my early 20s.
So you grew up obviously intimidated by girls.
Yeah.
Right?
I was such a romantic and really wanted a girlfriend so bad.
How did getting a girlfriend change you? The first time a girl really liked you, how did that change you? Because it had to.
It did, for sure did. I suddenly went from being an introvert, outcast, like weird geeky kid to now...
Kid with the briefcase?
Yeah, to now a guy that's at the parties and that everyone's going up to and offering like drinks to, and yeah, I went to like the party guy.
So what age is this?
I was like 18.
This started at 18?
I got my first girlfriend at 18.
So it was senior year?
Senior year.
Your first girlfriend was senior year?
My first girlfriend I lost my virginity senior year in high school.
You?
Yep. I tried so hard before that. But like I said, just the weird outcast kid. The strongest motherfucker out there.
You were always the strongest person in school, huh? Not just kid, just person.
Yeah. Ever since 6th grade in elementary school.
I wonder how many people on Earth ever get to experience that other than, Avengers.
Yeah. I started lifting when I was like early elementary school. So by the time I was in 6th grade, I was arm wrestling a teacher. A big guy, too.
You said you struggled believing intelligence-wise in yourself, believing that you were smart enough to do things.
Yeah.
More so, it sounds like you didn't feel like you were smart enough to get yourself to do something.
I felt like I have a gift and I'm so stupid to waste it.
Your mom, if I remember correctly, like you guys didn't necessarily
and
have
I struggled with paying attention. And I had ADD the entire time.
That was perfect. I'm trying to ask the question and you're struggling to pay attention. Okay. That was amazing. I love that. So, your mom, one of my favorite people ever.
Yeah.
He really has the coolest mom.
I love my mom.
I would hope so. The first time he ever sent me a picture of him with his mom, they were in Latvia, I believe, and they were exploring some old abandoned house.
Yeah.
And I texted him back. I didn't know who it was, and I texted him back, "Who's the hot girl?" And he wrote back, "Oh dear God, it's my mother." I'm like, "Oh no, oh my God, what?" I remember you telling me a story once that because you guys didn't have money, what she would do is get art products or art stuff, and then teach you art, and teach you to paint, teach you to draw, to bond with you, and use the time because maybe she didn't have the money for toys. Or
yeah.
Do I remember this right? Am I making this up?
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right.
Okay.
Absolutely right. Sorry, I went somewhere else. I was just daydreaming about my mom. Like, I miss my mom. That's literally what just happened. Like, I was like, 20% of what you're saying actually went through, and then after I finished my daydream, I'm like, oh, yeah, what he's saying is right.
30 seconds after saying he struggles to pay attention.
So,
that was amazing.
Yeah. That's me throughout school.
It's you throughout life.
Throughout life, and I'd be like, I'm an idiot. Why didn't I pay attention there? It's so simple.
Not an idiot, dude.
Yeah, fucking just...
You're just catching squirrels all the time.
Constantly. And like, it was only like a couple of years ago, my mom was like, yeah, you got diagnosed ADD. Like...
Well, now you tell me.
We thought it was hearing problems. So like, I went to an ear doctor, and he's like, your hearing's fine. But... I have noticed that when I do regular frequencies and I tell him to like, raise a hand when he's supposed to hear a beep, sometimes he doesn't. And then the high frequencies that most people miss, he'll sometimes raise his hand.
Why?
Because like sometimes I'm like, I don't care.
You're just off thinking about girls?
Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, beep, 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 beep. Your kid has ADD. His hearing's fine.
Our parents both did that.
Cheers. We have to figure that one out.
What were we talking about?
But I seriously almost forgot what we were talking about.
So I was asking you about your mom. So obviously you know I love your mom,
yeah.
Right? One of my favorite things you ever told me about her was how she got you into art.
Yeah.
How'd she get you into art?
First of all, she was 21 when she had me as a student, and just recently moved to the United States with my dad from Latvia. Just Soviet Union had recently ended. We had a really close family, really close connection in the United States. Neil.
Neil's the guy you scuba dive with?
Yeah.
That's always telling you to find a wife?
Yeah, Neil Perchansky. I love this guy. He's family to me. He's the reason I'm in the United States. So Neil Perchansky is the reason I'm here, and he's the reason my dad, he was my dad's professor in Latvia, and he had connections here. And
so your mom, art. How'd you get into art?
Oh, wow.
It's early.
Yeah.
It's early.
So yeah, we didn't have toys. I didn't have toys. My mom was really good at art. She was an architect student. So she knew how to draw, and she would always be drawing cool things for me. Like if I wanted Buzz Lightyear toys, she would draw me Buzz Lightyear, cut them out, and I'd be like, Buzz Lightyear. And so then I started drawing myself, sharks, dinosaurs, and all of that. But I kept doing it because I had no toys, and my mom would keep doing it with me, so it just kept perpetuating that. I would draw more and more as a kid, and then it became my favorite thing to do.
Nice. Was it an escape for you?
It was totally an escape, yeah.
So obviously, getting into art, like I've seen your drawings, I've seen your paintings, you're quite good. What was that like in school? Because if you're thinking you're dumb, you must have had art classes or things like that.
I went through art classes.
How did they treat you?
They just worshipped me, because the teachers like, wow. They were all always just amazed at what I could do.
So not only were you the strongest, but you were also getting worshipped in art?
Yeah. which to me, I was proud of, but to me it meant nothing. Like, well, yeah, I've been doing this forever. So I kind of shrugged it off. I'm like, well, yeah, you guys are playing with toys.
Did you ever do that with strength? Shrug it off like that?
Yeah, for sure. I was proud of it. Don't get me wrong. I was proud of it. But I'm like, yeah, but my dad trained me. Like, I've been doing this forever. Of course I'm strong.
So even though, hey, I'm the strongest kid in school or strongest person in school, hey, everybody worships me in art, I'm just not smart enough.
Yeah, because I'm not doing all the things that normal kids do.
Normal.
Yeah.
What's normal?
I don't know. That's what I made up in my head. Especially because I was told, like, to get by in life, you need to be an A student, to get a good job.
Whoever told you that was just their paradigm.
Yeah.
Dude, you're so lucky that your mom was like that.
I am.
Because there's a lot of people that don't have money and their parents aren't doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and my dad trained me in strength. Like,
so both of your parents really gave you two massive gifts.
Yeah. Each one gave me their respective
guys.
beautiful gifts. Strength from my dad and creativity from my mom.
What would you say makes your mom special?
Love. Lots of love. Like, love, empathy, and understanding. Just always forgiveness. Very forgiving.
Yeah?
Yeah. She taught me that from a young age. She's like, you don't know what they're going through. They might be mean because they're just hurting. Like,
they're in pain.
Yeah.
Hurt people.
I was just kept getting those messages.
As a kid that was struggled with girls, what was it like to all of a sudden have a hot girlfriend?
Oh, that was heaven. Because I remember I was going through so much anxiety, existential anxiety, depression leading up to then, really scared of life and its directions, and wanting to run away from everything but nowhere to run to. And then when I got Asia, everything was okay. It was like, anytime I felt nervous or anxious or depressed, I would think of her, and I felt so much joy. And it was incredible how much that helped me, and how much joy I felt throughout that.
And you guys were together for 2 years?
Yeah. Taught me that life's worth living.
So then when that ended in a way that made you very sad,
Yes.
what did you make up about yourself?
All my negative stories came back, and I really wanted to run away, and hence I came out to California with one of my best friends, Mikkel.
Okay.
So I went through some of the worst pain in my life, but it also caused something great to happen. Because I remembered those good feelings from the relationship. I'm like, oh, I'm not living life without this again.
How long was it until you had that again? Because that ended at what, 20?
Yes, and then let me think. I think 20. No. I was 20 when I met another lady here, California. Brought me a lot of joy, but we didn't fall in love with each other or anything. I didn't have a girlfriend until mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
Beck?
Yeah.
So it was Asia to Beck?
Unless you count Rosie, but that was I can hardly count that. And it was just a few months, 3 months with Rosie, from meeting to not seeing her again. So yeah, Beck was my first true girlfriend since my first. I had a lot of great adventures. In my early 20s, lots of great adventures, but no lasting connections until my mid to late 20s.
So what you just said about Asia, of like the safe space and escape and all that, I feel like I remember you saying that. We were hanging out once, almost the exact same thing about Beck.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's interesting that's just tripped me out.
Wow.
I wonder if I have video of that.
Yeah, something bigger to live for when I'm like with her, that I get to run away from this. Like, there's a home. It's so comfortable. I get to go up to a big bed and it's private. And
would that be different if you had a nice home of your own, you think?
Of course.
That is interesting.
Huh. Do you still go through that?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I have to ask this just because it brings me so much joy. When you were in high school and you were trying to get good with girls, you started practicing something. You started learning about something.
That's funny.
And you named yourself.
Oh no.
What was your name, Martine?
No.
Yes.
I hate this.
What was your name?
I hate this shit.
It's the best.
I hate it. Okay, so I read the game. It's a pickup artist book by Neil Strauss.
Yup.
And in the game, they always gave themselves nicknames. They were always stupid nicknames. And all my friends, because especially back in high school, I kept trying to do the right thing. So my friends wanted to do the bad, wrong thing. I'd be like, guys, come on, think about how your parents would feel. They're like, come on, Martins, you're so righteous. So eventually, I just called myself Righteous.
Yes, you did.
Pick up, like when I went out to meet girls, I'd be like, I'm righteous.
Imagine introducing yourself as I'm righteous. What were people saying? Like when you walked up to someone and said, hey, I'm righteous. How would you say it? I'm a girl. Just do me this one favor. I'm a girl. I want you to introduce yourself as righteous in the best that you could at that age, okay?
Sure, yeah.
All right, so I'm the girl. This is Righteous.
I don't want to... No, I'm not doing this. Hey,
Hey.
I'm righteous.
Oh my God, I wish I could have seen this. So Righteous.
Yes.
Did you ever have good reactions from girls?
Surprisingly, yes. And it's because of the peacocking. There's something in pickup there we go. In PUA and pickup arts, there's something called peacocking, which is where you wear ridiculous shit to get attention and get away with your stupid ass nicknames. So I'd wear jester hats. It was like a purple jester hat with gold little bell on top, with gold little bells on the side. I wear like a super colorful Affliction shirt.
Affliction?
Affliction.
You were always wearing Affliction when I met you.
Yeah, in the early days, I had like a closet.
It's like his whole wardrobe was Affliction.
Jeez.
It really was.
So disappointed at my younger self.
Welcome to all of us.
Frickin' hell, man.
My mom took me shopping as a teenager, and I remember the guy in the store, like this is to get clothing, the guy in the store said, why do you dress like this? And he was an older, probably 50-something guy. I'm like, what do you mean, man? This is cool. And I was talking about how cool everything I was wearing is. My mom had a camera, and he's like, would you take a picture of him? So we're in a store. She takes a picture of me with him standing next to me. And I remember thinking, this is the dumbest, like, I don't even know you. Why are we doing this? And he said, I want you to remember this picture when you get older. He's like, because you're going to look back and go, what the hell was I thinking? By the end of high school, I was looking at that picture like, why? Why would you let me leave the house that way? And my mom would be like,
what did you wear again?
Okay, so there were baggy clothing.
Yeah.
In this picture, I was wearing shorts that would have fit a 300-pound man.
Holy shit.
The waist was a 40. I was a 30.
Oh god, so sagging.
Huge. The shorts went down to halfway to my shin.
Jesus.
And were like this baggy.
Oh god.
And I was wearing a huge T-shirt.
That sounds horrible.
That had the Looney Tunes on it.
Yeah.
Dressed in baggy clothing.
Yes. Oh my god, this is amazing. Yes.
Where the Looney Tunes were trying to look cool.
Where the Looney Tunes were sagging, you're sagging with the Looney Tunes.
Standing next to this dude, and he's just like, oh, you just remember this picture.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there like, whatever, dude, you don't know me.
You don't know. Oh, that is good. When I did peacocking, some drunk ladies would be like, oh, Righteous, well, hi. It actually freaking works, guys. Like, I hate that it works, but for some people...
You were also big, strong.
I was...
And you said drunk. I like that you started with some drunk people.
Yep.
Were there some sober ones that would react to Righteous?
I don't think so.
Righteous?
I don't think so. I think you needed to be out of it to have a positive reaction to that.
Righteous?
Yeah, to Righteous wearing the jester hat with bells and the colorful Affliction shirt with skulls and flowers.
Were you looking in the mirror and just being like,
oh yes,
I look badass?
Yes, I look in the mirror and be like, yes, tonight I'm getting laid. And I never got laid.
I was gonna say, did it ever work?
It never worked.
Never once.
No. My first girlfriend was from German class, and I got her through drawing. Because I draw her cute pictures, send them over to her with like cute little notes.
So without your mom teaching you that, you don't get Asian.
Yeah.
Did you ever have those moments where Ray just walked up to a girl and just kind of walked away?
Okay. Let me tell you, there was so I went to Divas. It was a gay bar.
Is this Hollywood?
No, this is
Massachusetts.
This is Massachusetts.
Okay.
I would sneak in.
How old?
17. I would get in somehow. One little trick I like to do is I like to hold, because I was a big, intimidating guy. I would hold my fingers kind of like half covering my ID, kind of would show them, and then kind of take it, and then go. And most of the time, security would be like, okay. And then
Like, he's huge, let him go.
Yeah. So then I would go, I would be at this club, partying and trying to hit on girls. And there was one lady that was like in her 40s, but she was sexy.
And you're 17 here.
I'm 17.
Righteous.
And I'm flirting with her. I did like some magic trick with her that I've completely forgotten about how it works. Because that's
Were we carrying cards with you? What was this?
It was requires a partner, pickup artist partner.
Ah, okay.
So
a teammate here.
So basically, what she would do is she would whisper her birthday in my ear, and my partner would guess the birthday. But I would have words that I say that
signaled him.
Yeah. So each word like kind of meant a number.
Code.
Yeah. So it was code.
Okay.
And within half a sentence, I was able to convey the date. And then my friend would say the birthday, and she'd be like, "What?" And it blew so many girls' minds.
Okay.
So it blew her mind.
All right.
And that was enough. And then later on, she was grinding on me. She actually taught me how to grind.
So this 40-something-year-old is grinding on 17-year-old Righteous.
Yes. And
who guessed her birthday?
Well, at first I'm like stiff, and she's like, "No, you got to do it like this, honey. Put your hand on top like this, grab the hip, and you gotta act like you're fucking me, baby." She's Latina. You gotta act like you're fucking. Imagine you're fucking.
Okay.
And then I just got good at grinding from her. Like every girl, like since then, she's like, "Wow, I like how you grind." I'm grateful to her for that. But yeah, I got her number. Then a week later, I was gonna have a date with her, and then I was thinking, "What am I doing? This lady is like more than double my age. I don't think she knows how old I am."
She's older than your mom.
Yeah. I was actually really afraid of STDs too, so I'm like, I don't know, like, does she just fuck around? Like, I started panicking. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.